Alright. Let's start that over since I just realized my mic was not actually on. This is Report Ellet Embedded. Let the interviews begin. A chapter that really has no major relevance to the plot. It's just merely it's basically information about the various characters. Kind of a personnel introduction. So, let's get it started.
Squad 7 of Regiment 3. My first impression, good. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, squad leader. Next in command, Sergeant Alicia Melchiot. That lieutenant looks softer than I'd expect for the son of the late General Gunther. And her hometown is Brule, same as Gunther. Could be childhood friends. But if I'm lucky, they were childhood sweethearts. We'll just have to find out how close they are. Next on the list, Sergeant Largo Potter and Corporal Bridget Stark. Oh wait, that's right. Stark had a nickname. Gotta jot that down. Goes by Rosie. There. Looks like those two don't trust Gunther much yet. That could be good. Could be really good. Who does that leave? Right, the tank pilot, Corporal Isara Gunther. She's the lieutenant's sister. Now that's strange. She looks Darkson to me. Wonder how that comes into the picture. You couldn't ask for a more colorful crew than that, could you? Something tells me these guys are different than the usual troop somehow. Maybe my keen journalistic instincts? Well then... the truth's not gonna uncover itself. Here I come, ready or not.
You honestly have to wonder if she intentionally had like a camera hidden nearby to... Because why else would she strike a pose like that? Well, let me rephrase that. It's something that people probably do. I know I've probably done a few ridiculous poses like that, despite the fact that I know no one's watching, or more precisely because I know no one is watching. Gotta admit, though, she's doing that in the middle of a previously retaken city when the enemy is literally right across the bridge. So let's get it started. Rosie and Largo.
Oh, there's Sergeant Potter, and Corporal Stark with him.
It makes you wonder how Alicia actually outranks Largo. Since he's been a sergeant longer than she has, shouldn't he actually outrank her in military terms? Since she's only recently acquired the position, but he's been a sergeant since the First War? I guess that would make her a master sergeant and him just a regular sergeant, but they never actually explain that.
Hey! Guys! Mind if I ask a few questions? It'll only take a second.
What, like an interview? What do you want to go interviewing us for?
Aw, come on, big guy. I bet we'd make better topics than some rich kid.
Yeah, he is probably pretty rich since he owns a tank, so that's probably an accurate statement.
Wonderful. Let's start with you then, Largo. You fought in the First European War, right?
Yeah, I've been a soldier ever since, too. I'm what you'd call a seasoned warrior, see?
And why did you choose to stay in the force? Most people try to avoid the soldiering life.
It's an honest living, plus I got my reasons. Besides, I ain't the only one. Look at Elle.
Elle? Who's Elle?
If I had to guess, I'd say Eleanor Virat. Captain Virat, that is. 3rd Regiment. It seems you've got quite a history with her. Care to fill in some details for us?
There ain't no details. Is this the trash you want to write about? Look, I'm a busy guy. I'm out of here.
Hey, Largo, wait up!
Oh, just let him go. We can have a little chat, just the two of us girls. So, Rosie. Can I call you Rosie? Beautiful name, by the way. Do you like flowers?
I used to sing at a bar. It was hardly a flower patch, but my nickname there stuck. Tell you what, though. Some customers came from miles away just to hear me sing.
My. So why's a pretty young songbird with a voice as sweet as a rose so thorny towards Lieutenant Gunther and all those others?
I just ain't trusting my back to a stinking dark hair is all.
Traumatic past experience with the Darkson leave you bitter, maybe?
Think what you want. I got better things to do than sit around gabbing about 'em is all. You can put me down as allergic, yeah? Just chatting and I'm starting to feel sick.
Bet she'd spill the beans if you got her riled up enough. Maybe next time.
And that's what we call casual racism.
Still, a veteran carrying a torch for his captain and a Darkson-hating chanteuse? They may be cranky, but they're characters.
And now we get to meet Isara, who we've already met. Or more precisely, this is Ellet getting to meet Isara.
Boo!
Oh, hello, Miss Ellet. How are you?
A little freaked out now. You didn't even bat an eye at that. You were staring at the sky pretty intently. Something up there we should know about?
Answer? No.
I'd like to fly. Well, actually, I'd like to fly my brother.
Phrasing, Isara. Phrasing.
Fly your brother? Care to expound on that? You don't seem the type to have her head in the clouds. It's very romantic.
I believe myself to be quite logical, really. Too logical, perhaps.
Miss Spock she is.
Okay, so if you don't mind my asking, how exactly are you and your brother related? Wait, let's leave that for now. How would you describe your brother as a person?
Welks is... Objectively speaking, he can seem a little strange sometimes.
I see. Although I'm a little unsure of what that means, coming from you.
Ooh. Way to backhandedly insult someone.
But he is a very kind person, and loyal. Anytime my heritage brought me trouble, he was the first to come to my defense.
I see. Sounds like you really love him, huh?
I would say I respect him a great deal.
Anime Tropes 101. The sister who is not actually your sister.
Gotcha. Sounds like you lucked out in the sibling department then.
Yes, very much so. That's why I'd like to give him the opportunity to fly.
I'm still not sure I follow that exactly, but we'll leave that for another day.
She succeeds and fails at the same time.
Thanks for your time. Next up, Squad Leader Gunther himself. Hello, hello! Are you ready for your big interview?
Yep, this background scene will be recycled several times throughout the series.
Hello, Miss Ellet. Hard at work again, I see.
And you can tell, just from the tone of his voice, that he does not like her that much.
Didn't you already interview him before?
Oh, Alicia, I wanted to get in a chat with you today, too.
Wait, really? You're going to write an article about me?
I can't say whether it'll make the paper, but I do have some questions for you. You've been at Lieutenant Gunther's side since you left Brule. Tell me what he's like.
Wait a minute. You want to interview me about him? Well, let's see. We only met just a few days ago, but... he's a pretty interesting person. You never know what he's going to say next.
I see. So, forget he's your boss for a second. What do you think of him as a guy?
What? I've never really thought about it. I don't know.
Is that so? Well, Lieutenant Gunther, care to comment in her place? Lieutenant, where'd he go?
Huh? Oh, sorry. There was just this crazy-looking bug. I got distracted.
Yeah, in other words, completely ignoring the conversation because he didn't want to get involved.
See what I mean? He's an interesting guy, if unpredictable.
No kidding. Now, Lieutenant Gunther, I have a couple of questions for you. First up, how do you feel about this war, as the son of a hero from the First European War?
Same as anybody else, I guess. I want it to be over.
Yep.
Are people looking at me as the son of a hero? Well, maybe I am, but I'm still just me.
Yeah, true. Nonetheless.
Okay then, let's talk about you. What are you fighting for?
I feel like the present world is made up of things we've inherited from the past.
Which is true, and those things from the past define us as who we are today. Without them, we wouldn't have any grounds with which to make decisions for the future.
We get life and a home from our parents, knowledge from our teachers. And not just the good stuff. Take prejudice against Darksons. That's learned behavior.
Yep, sure is. We are taught that mostly because of our tribalism and everything else. I mean, look at the way they hate the Empire. Even if they don't particularly hate it, they still see it as an enemy because of the things it does.
Uh-huh.
Every creature out there is trying to pass things along to future generations. I want to pass on what I think is right. I'm fighting for the ability to do that.
And then in Valkyria Chronicles 2, he never does anything with it.
Thank you very much. That's all I've got for you today.
And you can tell she's running away from the conversation.
Great, we're done? I want to get back to that fascinating insect again.
You really hit the nail on the head. He's as entertaining as he is unpredictable. I was planning on moving along to the next squad after interviewing everyone in Squad 7. But I think I'll stick around and learn a bit more about you Sevens, if you don't mind.
They do.
Not at all. Just try to stay out of the combat zones, for your own safety.
She doesn't.
I'm not making any promises. I go where the scoop takes me. That's just how I roll.
She would have made a great Lois Lane actor. I don't know if the voice actor for this ever did a Lois Lane in any of the animated series, but she would have made a good one. Alright, now we can finally go back to the actual chapter. Internal Strife.
Squad 7's suppression of the enemy camp on the West Bank gave us the foothold we needed.
Yep.
Now we'll join the Army's vassal battalion in Operation Cloudburst to take back the bridge. Militia forces will take the point, crossing the bridge and attacking the eastern camp.
Captain, crossing that bridge means breaching the enemy bridgehead. What sort of on-site backup and supplies can we expect from the Army on this?
The plan calls for the Army to commence its operation after we've struck the bridgehead.
Wait a minute. So we're just being offered up on a platter?
See what I mean about General Damon sacrificing the military, or sacrificing the militia so that his military units can get more glory? This is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. Throughout the entire game, he basically sends in the militia first, not because he expects them to win, but because he expects them to soften up the enemy so that his forces can come in and conquer them.
I know how you feel. I felt that way when I was a militia foot soldier too. But sometimes being a soldier means taking on tough missions, even dangerous ones.
Yeah, considering how many Imperial soldiers were seen marching across that bridge and will be seen marching across the bridge the second time, I'm pretty sure a direct attack on that bridge would have been absolute suicide.
Understood, Captain.
Especially since they could pull the exact same stunt that we're about to pull.
I'm not saying you're wrong, Faldio. Breaching that bridgehead by ourselves is... it's going to be tough.
More like suicidal.
Captain Virat, may I go observe the area around the bridge?
Observe it? I don't mind, but what do you...
It's called a scouting mission, Virat. You should know how those work.
Welkin!
Sergeant Melchiot, what is it?
Oh, sorry to interrupt the meeting.
We're finished, it's fine. Now, I assume there's a reason for your visit?
Oh yeah, typical reason.
Yes, Captain.
The same reason that always pops up in just about everything.
Welkin, I mean Lieutenant Gunther, the squad. They're at each other's throats.
Well, not the squad, just the squad leaders.
What?
Please stop them, sir. I tried to, but I couldn't.
You want me to break it up?
Yes, that's your job as a lieutenant, Gunther.
I don't know. Maybe it'd be better to just let him have it out.
No, nope, it really wouldn't.
Let them have it out? You can't just ignore them.
Yeah, that's actually terrible for squad morale and shows poor leadership qualities if you can't even get your squad to follow your orders.
I'm not ignoring them. I think it's important that they say what they're thinking.
They're not saying what they're thinking. They're trying to possibly harm each other, and you're ignoring it.
Butting heads over differing opinions can be one way to bring people closer together.
It can also be a way to quickly tear the squad apart, Welkin.
Well, but... that may be, but I still... Look, you can't just sit here while your squad's tearing itself apart. It's not right. Now get a move on, sir.
And that's why Alicia probably should have been in charge. She was actually in charge of the local militia forces at home, but they put Welkin in charge because he had a tank. And because he's the son of the late Welkin, the late General Gunther. Those are really the only reasons he has his position. Technically, it's nepotism. Nepotism is the reason Welkin is in charge of his force.
Hey, Alicia?
Sounds like he's got his hands full.
It's all part of growing as a team.
They have no idea what they're talking about. And here we go.
Hold on! Okay, what's going on here?
You really have to ask, Lieutenant? It's either her or me, pal. Who let her in anyway? You really think I'm gonna work with a dark hair? She'll blow us all up. Besides, I can't stand the stink of her! Her type's got a bad reputation and everybody knows it. No Darksons allowed. You hear me?
Oh yes, I've heard everything you have to say. But I'm still a human being the same as you. Besides, no evidence exists to substantiate what you call the Darkson calamity. It's a myth.
Excuse me? So what, you're calling me stupid now?
Stop it, that's enough!
Okay, boss man. We won't fight alongside no Darkson. What about that, can't you understand? Another thing we ain't doing is taking orders from some hotshot greenhorn.
All right, fine. Now listen and listen good. I'll have that bridge back in Gallia's hands in 48 hours.
Huh?
Now if my plan fails, which I doubt, then I'll resign. And Squad 7 will be all yours, Largo. But if my plan works, you'll take my orders and like it.
Your funeral, boss man. You sure about this?
Yes, I am.
But... wait a sec. Welkin?
Yada yada yada. They say it's a good idea, or they say you can skip them because they're not relevant to the story, but here's the thing. Without them, you basically can sometimes miss the important details that explain what exactly is going on and why these things are happening. There's actually not a whole lot of those.
Welkin?
What's up?
What's up? You just made an insane promise, that's what's up. I'm sorry, Welks. I shouldn't have argued. This is all my fault.
You know, in the previous thing, you were just bragging about how he constantly came to your defense, and now this situation has happened, and he really wasn't all that interested in coming to your defense. You know, come to think of it, all Alicia really had to do to get him to come was basically say that Isara was in trouble, and he probably would have come running irregardless. He probably didn't even think about this possibility, considering that's how his brain works. He has no problem with Isara, so no one else should.
It's nobody's fault, Ace. It's a war. We're all on edge here. And this mission certainly isn't helping. It's little wonder the troops are upset.
Considering that the mission hasn't even been explained to them yet. They just completed the briefing, and none of the soldiers have been informed that they're going to be taking the bridgehead. So this statement really doesn't make any sense in the context of what's going on here.
Yeah.
That's why pulling this operation off is the perfect way to bring the squad together.
That'd be great if it works. But how can you possibly hope to take back the bridge in just 48 hours?
Gonna have to do it faster than that.
Well, that's the hard part. Aha!
Huh? Aha, what?
I was hoping, but there they are. Isara, Alicia, think you can do me a favor?
Sure, what is it?
You follow me?
But that's... is that even possible?
You'd be surprised.
Well, Ys, think you can make it by tomorrow?
This is why Ys is one of the best characters. When you find out what they're going to be doing, and she literally builds it by the next day, with this being the first time they've heard about it.
Yes, I'll get to work on it now. All right. I'll trust you on this.
Thanks, Alicia. Well, let's get started.
Yeah, you see what I mean about these sub-stories not really having any plot relevance, but actually carrying some of the most important information in them?
All right, let's hear this brilliant plan. And it's too late to back out, boss man. You got that? So let's hear it.
We're going to strike the enemy encampment on the east bank.
Whoa, hold it. You're asking us to die for you?
That's literally what you did at the very beginning. So yes, he is. He's also your lieutenant. That's literally what he asks you to do every battle.
One squad ain't breaching that bridgehead, buddy boy. That would be suicide.
We're not taking on the bridgehead. We're taking on this, the river. We'll use the fog as cover as we cross the river, Then launch a surprise attack.
Oh, come on. Is this just some game to you, boyo? Swimming a couple of foot soldiers over there ain't gonna do much if we got no tanks.
You actually don't need the tank, but okay.
Don't worry, I've got that covered. Isara?
I've fitted the Edelweiss with water-resistant measures to allow for submersion. It will only hold for a few minutes, but it should be enough to cross.
Hold on just a sec. Ships come through here. It's gotta be too deep for a tank.
Considering they were basically making submersible tanks in World War II, no. There's no such thing as too deep for a tank.
We're covered. Look, see that over there?
What's that? Grass?
Missile reed, a tall aquatic plant found in the estuaries of some rivers. I noticed them when I came down to observe the river. This stretch runs shallow.
Probably because it's close to where that dock is.
Shallow enough for a tank to drive across. Trust me on this.
It could also theoretically get deeper the further you go, but, you know, no one's gonna bring that up. I agree with Largo.
First, the Edelweiss will cross over and clear out any Imperial patrols on the shore. Then Lieutenant Gunther will send up a flare, signaling the rest of us to follow by boat.
Right. Now let's get started. I'll see you on the other side.
This is a terrible plan for a surprise attack. If anything, the infantry should have gone over with the tank, or at the same time as the tank, so that you don't have to send up a flare. And also, the moment that tank moves up and starts shooting at people, all surprise on that surprise attack is going to be lost. This entire tactic relies upon the idea that the entire enemy unit is going to be as blind as some, well, yeah, actually, considering the way the game mechanics work, the Imperials are that blind and dumb. Then again, so are our side.
Something
Yeah, I do. What is it?
beats me.
The Edelweiss swims just fine. Fall in, Sevens!
And now the entirety of stealth is completely gone. However, it should also be noticed that the Edelweiss literally just ran over two Imperial soldiers, squashing them beneath its treads. Yeah, those two are dead. Very dead. Not like it matters, the whole point's to kill them. Either way, now onto the actual battle segment of this mission. Finally.
Let me brief you on Operation Cloudburst. We'll be working with the Vassal Defense Battalion.
No, we really won't. How do they not know we're there? That is their operational area. They have troops on the buildings. They can see us. Yep, this introduces the concept of explodable crates. They are very useful. Oh, who am I kidding? They're actually not that useful. Actually, you know what? I want Rosie up there. Largo, you can sit back there. We won't work with no Darskin. Literally 2 Darskins on the squad. Let's bring out Edie.
Operation Cloudburst is set to begin. I know you can all make this work.
Take down the bridgehead as quickly as possible! Squad 7, move out! All right, that's everyone. Ready to move out, squad?
You're crazy. You know that, right?
Incoming message from Squad 1 leader Faldio Lancet on the West Bank, sir. Enemy company in motion, presumed headed east across the bridge toward our position.
A full company? That's bad news for us.
Yes.
We'll have to move fast. We're taking that camp before the cavalry rolls in.
Don't worry, they never will.
Listen closely. This information could save your life.
These are going to be popping up constantly as new things are introduced. Yes, potentials. They explain this during the training. Alright, first things first.
Understood.
Sniper time.
Is there any way you can hide
Target
there?
sighted.
Here's hoping I can actually hit this guy.
Good night.
Thank God.
Sweet dreams.
Alright, right now, we now know that we have a tank there, tank there, tank there, tank there, and tank there. All these tanks, most of them aren't really relevant.
The hunt begins.
They are, however, a bit of a problem, so it's not a bad idea to take them out.
Sweet dreams.
Enemy!
Understood. Nothing personal.
Multiple...
Alright.
Just watch this.
I kind of feel like I should have positioned Largo a bit closer.
You Joker still alright?
That was his potential.
Make use of
Teammate
the rubble for
doesn't
cover
really
as you
mean
proceed.
anything. If I score this hit, that's one more tank gone. Well, this means that I've got to run him closer.
Been waiting here. Spotted an enemy!
One more time.
Boom!
Finally.
All right!
Just keep up this pace!
Enemy camp occupied.
Alright, there's that taken care of.
Moving out!
Now it's time for Alicia to do her job. Which is basically run around the battlefield and
Let's
try
win
not
this
to
one,
die.
Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted!
Oh,
Please hit!
great. Shocktrooper's taken down.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
Now, the thing they don't tell you about is destructible environments. These walls can be taken out.
Moving out!
Now, let's see if I can perform the
I've got a
maneuver.
visual here. Commencing attack.
Enemy sighted!
Good. On to the next target.
That sniper's a bit of a problem child, but not much I can do about him right now.
Let's do this thing.
Most I can do is try and run Rosie a little closer.
Bring the ammo.
Here I come! I'm on it.
Hopefully she can get a shot at the guy. But I sincerely doubt it.
Go down! Mwah.
Never underestimate room. I made a mistake and underestimated room. That's a tank. Yes, you can dodge mortars. Here he comes to ruin my day. Luckily, he does nothing, and that's okay. He's gonna cause problems, though. He's a scout. And she does not have the range to hit him.
No matter the cost.
Use the watchtowers.
Almost had a friendly fire accident there.
Been waiting here.
Use the rubble for cover as you advance.
Yeah, I got no shot whatsoever on that tank.
Just watch this. Enemy sighted. You're done.
Let's do this thing. Here I come! Mwah. Let's do this thing. Go down!
Alright, there's that taken care of.
The hunt begins.
This is not designed for mice.
Target sighted. Nothing personal.
Alright, there's that tank crippled.
Understood.
There's that tank crippled. There's not
Show
much
them what
you can
Goliath
do
militia
here,
can
so.
do.
Run her back towards the flag.
My turn, okay? Enemy unit spotted!
Show them what Goliath militia can do.
And that's how a scout can kill a tank.
Nice work!
It is
Keep taking
possible.
them down!
Mistakes have been made.
There's no time to wait!
Mistakes have been very made. Alright, this is how orders work.
This is an order! You've done enough! Pull out! We'll handle this!
I will be down Alicia for at least 2 turns. Thank you, tank. Yep. Alright. First things first, bring Alicia
Been
back.
waiting here.
Next thing's
Spotted an enemy! Enemy sighted! Spotted an enemy!
you can go away.
All right!
Who are these guys?
Just watch this.
Don't have to worry about where I hit on it. Well, actually, I have to worry about hitting the track. Alright, one more
All right.
CP down.
Good work. Keep it up.
Alright, made it back. Good job, Largo.
No matter the cost.
Stay calm. Maintain formation and flank them.
This is what I meant by engineers can repair your
Multiple
sandbags.
Imperial tanks sighted.
They do things like that. Largo slips on it so they can't actually repair that.
I'm on it.
Alright. For being a pain in the butt,
Here it
you get the advantage of dying.
comes. Mwah.
Enemy unit neutralized.
See, normally I'd have to run all the way up to that guy to shoot him, which would put me in his
I'm on
range
it.
and him in mine. I really don't like the idea of
Let's
leaving
do this
Rosie
thing.
there, but the least I can do is put her in cover.
Go down!
Now that tank's probably going to shoot her next turn, but in all reality, that's not that terribly important. More than likely, the shock trooper's also going to charge.
Come in, Alpha Camp! Alpha Camp, respond! We heard gunshots. Report your status!
Welks, I've intercepted an enemy transmission.
There's nobody left at their camp to respond, now that we've cleared it out. Oh, this is bad. It's only a matter of time before they send in reinforcements now.
This is Alpha Camp. A patrol unit had a misfire. Condition green. Relax. We're fine.
And no one questions that it's a woman's voice, despite the fact that there are actually incredibly few women in the Imperial military.
Understood. Well, you guys keep the fires lit till it's time for our shift. Over and out.
Apologies for acting without permission, sir.
That was amazing, Ys! Between the squad's fast action and that fast talking, we saved ourselves some heat.
Yep, saw that coming. Unfortunately, kind of saw that coming too. I was hoping he wouldn't, but that's just how the Edelweiss bounces.
Been waiting here.
Alright, Largo. Time for your suicide run.
You're done! Been waiting here.
Show them what got...
Right. And fail.
Been waiting here.
And pray.
You're done!
Your prayers were answered.
All right!
Enemy...
Alright, now it's time to send
My turn,
Alicia
okay?
on yet another suicide mission.
Try to hurry. We're short on time. Use the buildings for cover.
Nope, can't reach it.
Moving out!
Oh, how I miss rifle grenades. But you don't get them here in Elite. And boop. Haha, occupied the camp.
Nice work. We've occupied the enemy encampment at the bridge's end.
And it only cost Rosie her life.
Drawbridge control room secured, Welks.
Because she face-tanked a tank.
Excellent. Open it up, Ys. Let's see how their tanks like the river.
Yes, sir.
And their soldiers who are covered in armor and heavy equipment.
Ragnite turbines on. Stand by to raise drawbridge.
Mass murder, yay! That took longer than necessary. You can actually do it a lot faster, again, once your troops are upgraded. Getting all A ranks on these is, like, stupidly simple. people you really gotta feel sorry for are those 5 guys trapped in a tank who will now basically drown at the bottom of that river and die a slow death of possibly suffocation or straight up drowning.
It appears that Lieutenant Gunther's plan worked. An impressive start, soldier.
Thank you, Captain.
The kid's crazy. Drove a damn tank right into the stinking river.
Yeah, and I can't believe it worked. I'm still in shock.
Yep.
All right, you two. Now hold up your side of the bargain and you listen to Welkin.
Yeah.
The kid might got the chops to command, but that don't mean I gotta like any dark hairs.
Hey, come on!
Well, they said they would obey orders. They didn't say anything else about giving up their prejudices or their self-proclaimed superiority.
It's okay, Alicia. I'm used to it by now.
Oh yeah, she's gone through much worse.
But I know the day will come when Darksons can join society as equals.
Yeah, you can feel how painful and strained that sounds when she says that.
Hey! Hope I'm not interrupting anything. It's me again, reporting for GBS.
Yes, you just interrupted something.
Lieutenant Gunther, that was quite an impressive result on your first mission.
Literally comes into the combat zone right after these events.
Yes, thanks to the squad's hard work, we managed to take back the Great Vassal Bridge.
Any impressions on things to come now that you've gotten your first taste of victory?
Technically, this is his second, well, in all reality, his 5th taste of victory.
Impressions? Well, let's see. Bridges are important. They link the roads that bring people what they need. I'd like to become a sort of bridge, linking my crew together. I think that's my new goal.
Oh, well, can you... And now she gets to repeat her big scene from the town.
Sorry, this is about all I can do.
Just like Mondstadt with
But
dandelion
maybe,
seeds.
once everybody returns, they'll see a couple of lion's paws blooming, and it'll start to feel like home again.
Hey, Alicia! We're heading out soon.
Okay, I'll be right there. Well, flowers, do your stuff.
Chapter 5, The Cloden Wildwood.
Alright. This is where we will end this episode. I hope you all have enjoyed, and see you next time. Well, not